Hello everybody, today I'm going to be showing you how to use basic parts on Roblox Studio. So to get a part, you need to click this button right here. And if you want to have it, so you can use all these materials by clicking this button here. So I want to make brick. You can change the color right here. So I have red brick right here. So I'm going to make a little basic house. So you want to make sure that it's anchored. So see that button right there? That will anchor it, so that otherwise it will fall over when you play. So you can use these controls to make it go, to scale it up, down. You can drag it. So then you can do that. So now I have a basic wall that will not fall down. So if I play by clicking this button right here, then I will have a standing wall, which has a bounding box, so I can't walk through or anything like that. So you can see over there, I have a basic wall. So that's the first step to making a house. So we have a nice basic wall right here. I can't knock it down. So then you can click stop right there. So now we have a nice house. So you can click this button to move it. You can also use these arrows right here. You can, to scale it, you click that. To rotate it, you click this one. And then, so that was a bit too big, as you can see. So we want to scale it down a bit, like that. And then we can duplicate it. So click this button right here, and we want to move it over. Then we want to hold down shift and click that one again. So have we both of them selected. Then you want to click duplicate and then use the rotate tool to rotate it 90 degrees. So now we have about a basic thing. So we can just move it in to fit like that. So I have so we have the stud. Next I'm going to talk about the studs thing. So you can see how mine moves only in studs, so they snap, studs snap. So that is over here. If you click to model, then you can see these two right here. This is rotate. So if I rotate something, it will only rotate 10 studs. It won't go randomly. See, if I uncheck that one, then I can do it any amount. But I like to have it like that because it's pretty good. It's easier to make stuff fit with each other. So, and also this one moves 0.25 studs. You can set it to whatever you want, but I like 0.25. See, if I have it unchecked, I can move it any way. But if I have it checked, then I can only move it in studs. So, next we're going to move these in to match it. Down like that. It's pretty good. So now we have a basic, nice brick, red brick walls. So what we want to add a little floor, right? So we're going to click duplicate right here in the home area, and we're going to rotate it 90 degrees, so you can see it's 90 degrees. Then we're going to move it down to the ground, and then we want to change it to like maybe some wood. Looks pretty good. Some wood planks, and make it brown. Then we'll just bring it over like that, scale it to be the right size. There we go. So now we have nice wooden floor. So we want to add a door, right? So there's two ways we can do this. The first way is just to duplicate it, bring it over whatever, about halfway, then bring the other one over about halfway, like that. And then we can duplicate that one again, bring it up, and do it like that. Or we can use negating. So if we want to put it all back, Control Z. So now we can do this. So we can duplicate it. Then I'm going to make it a different color so it's easier for you to see. So now we want to scale it to the size you want your door to be. So about that big. And then I want to bring it out on both sides, right there. And then I want to bring it down to the size I want my door. So I just want it to be about in the middle, like that, something like that. So then I want to go to the model section, and I want to click negate. So now it gets sort of transparent. Then I want to shift, so I have them both selected. And then I want to click union. So now, what I have here is a union that has a hole in it. See that? So then I want to delete this one. No, not that one. I wanted to delete that one. So now we have a nice door. There we go. So we have a nice door in our house. You can also do that for windows, whatever. So then I'm going to take this piece and duplicate it by going home and clicking this duplicate button. So now we have a nice roof. You know what? Actually, I'm going to give us like a nice curved roof. I think that would be better. So you can do that, like a sloped roof. So then we can go here, and instead of part, we're going to click down. So you can do all these parts, but I'm going to click wedge, and I'm going to drag it to about where I want it, right there. And I'm going to scale it to about halfway, right there. That's pretty good. Then I'm gonna, or I'll just do a sort of like shed. It's gonna be easier. You could do two, but I'm just gonna do like a shed. So now we have a nice shed roof right there. It's pretty good. Now you want to make sure everything is anchored. So this piece isn't anchored, so I want to click that to make sure it's anchored. So now this is kind of dark in here, so let's add some light. So let's click the down arrow here. We're gonna make a light bulb, and click sphere, then click down arrow again, and click cylinder. So now we have these two, so we can set the color to white, or maybe like a light yellow. Then we can set the material to neon. So we have, I'm going to do a little bit wider. That, yeah, that's better. And then, so I'll rotate this, and I'll set this one to metal, like that. So we have a nice little light there. It's simple, but it will do the job. So then we want to scale it up a bit. Make sure everything is anchored, so we want to anchor those two. Now, this one, we can, over here, you can see, this is the Explorer. So you want to right click, and then click, rename. And then, you can delete that, and you can rename it light, so L-I-G. See? Here we go. And then we're going to add a, let's do a, there's a bunch of lights, so you're going to do light. So I'm going to do a spotlight, so you can click that. So, now we have a spotlight, and you can see it's facing that way. But I want it to go to the bottom, because that's how lights work. So now we have it facing down, so we can move it up, and you can see that there's light there. See that? But we want a bit more bold, so we can set the range a bit, and then set the brightness. So now we have a bit of light. See there? And so I'm gonna have a bit of a yellowish light. I think that looks kind of cool. So I'm gonna grab this one and that one. I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna scale it down a bit because that's pretty big. So you can scale to two things at once as well by using shift. So then let's bring it into our little shed here. All right, here we go. We don't want it sticking out the roof, so let's do that. So now we have a nice shed with some light. Looks pretty nice, right? Nice shed. So if we want to see how it looks from the player, you can click play here, or that will make you play exactly where you're looking, or you can go to model and then click this button right here, and that will add a spawn location. So wherever you have a spawn location is where the player will spawn in the game. So we want to click play, and there we have a nice little house. We have some light in there, and it's looking pretty good, right? Here we go. So you built your first house. How about that? Great job.